Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for November 18th, 2025. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle is coming out for Gemini. Let's see what's up. Gemini, you have the sacred temple. You're right where you're meant to be. Joyous, fun spirit was hoping that you'd be happy about your changes. The changes may come through a divorce, a breakup, separations, loss of job. It could have come from any kind of thing, right? And they're like, we thought you'd be happy because you said you wanted a certain type of life. Well, none of this stuff resembles the type of life you're looking for. None of this stuff even it's like corresponds with it. None of the people in your life, right? Perhaps you were divorced, so you're going through a divorce with this coming out, or you could have ended a cycle or a relationship or something. And spirit's like, well, you said you wanted abundance. This person does not bring abundance. They are impoverished spiritually, mentally, even monetarily or something. There's something missing. So you're asking for a certain level of abundance. You're asking for a certain life. This person doesn't go with it. Or this job is not going to bring it to you. This place that you're living in, wherever you are, it's not going to bring it to you. You've got to leave this place. You've got to leave this job. You got to leave this person. You got to leave this lifestyle, this thought process in order to get what you want. So King of Pentacles, Justice, Temperance, Five of Wands. This is part of the reason why, like most, oops, sorry about that. I don't know what that was about. How about that? Well. Interesting. What I find very interesting about when we ask for things from spirit, a lot of times we have a fixed idea of what it's going to be, what it means. We have an idea of the people that we want in our lives. We're basing a lot of our wants off of what's surrounding us too. The people that are in our life, we just want abundance so that they could be good. And spirit's like, you can have abundance, but they're not meant to be good under your abundance. They're meant to learn something else. They would just squander your abundance. They would just ruin it. They would sabotage it. You know what I mean? We don't even realize that that would have been the case. Sometimes rejection is divine protection, And so with the sacred temple, where you're meant to be is very steady, very stable, very balanced. Five of Wands, Justice, King of Pentacles, and Temperance. A lot of you are meant to be patient at this point as well. It feels like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders with this coming out, but you are the only one that can save you, is what this is also saying. They're giving off that you need to pay attention to your dreams. You need to pay attention to your visions. If you see something in your mind's eye, you should pay attention to it. That is spirit and your higher self even trying to show you something. You want to say, I trust my inner voice, because your inner voice is going to come to you through dreams and through visions. You got to know your worth. And that's part of where spirit is like trying to show you this is where you're meant to be, especially if you're having visions of somebody arguing with you, fighting against what you're trying to do. If you see that in your space, especially if you are married, I'm getting marriage in this. You may have found, no matter if you're the feminine or the masculine, you may have found that this person is aggressive or is focusing only on themselves. Only if they're happy, then the rest of the situation is happy. That your level of peace is not does not resonate with their level. Whatever peace they may feel they're having is always in conflict with yours. That is when you know spirit. When you ask spirit for something, spirit's like, oh, we're just trying to show you this is going to rock the boat. We're going to have to remove this person from your space. The spirit wants you to clear your energy of the person, give them some space, and so you can trust and have faith that your situation is going to work out. You're meant to create a more balanced life. Some of you are going to find yourselves changing professions or dealing with people who are in banking, real estate, and the like. It also looks like the change of positions may be an upgrade, like a promotion. I'm seeing that also. But you've got to know your worth, though. Or you know what I mean? You got to come in and know that you're worth whatever it is that you want to get paid. Also, a lot of us don't know our freaking worth. You know what I'm saying? And how you know that you don't is that we settle for less on a regular basis. We just make do. That'll do. That's good enough. That's how you know you don't know your worth. You know what I mean? And I mean no disrespect to anyone who is in that energy. I'm seeing violent. I mean violet. Look at me, violent. I'm seeing that because of Five of Wands, but I don't see violence like physical violence, but violet, which is a color that represents living a more balanced life, creating a more balanced life, right? And usually that represents the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is about a higher awareness that all things happen for our greater good, and that we're still in alignment with our goals, our dreams, our visions, our blessings and abundance. But the crown chakra is located at the top of the head, right? And it regulates and controls our nervous system, spiritual awakenings, pineal gland, which regulates the sleep and wake cycles, that type of thing. So for many of you, you may feel so overwhelmed, you may feel so burnt out with this coming out, um, and it could make a person feel detached from reality, like I'm not really here, but I'm here, like disassociating with life, the inability to connect with yourself and others. You may feel like very confused about spirit, lacking direction. It's hard to trust our inner voice, which is part of the reason why I believe spirit's wanting you to say, I trust my inner voice. You may feel like you're going through an existential crisis, and a lot of times that happens because I'm seeing the solar eclipse, so that could represent so many changes happening in my life that I feel like I'm in a crisis right now. It you would experience like headaches, depression, migraines, just feeling tired mentally, just sick of this crap. You know what I mean? I see someone who's like, I'm so tired of this. Um, but so you want to, because the crown chakra doesn't represent any of the senses really, right? You would want to listen to 963 hertz frequency music in the background. I would say it doesn't matter how loud or how softly you play it, because our brain picks up frequency. It's subconsciously, subliminally, and so you could play it as low as you feel, right? And I know for me at night, I play certain frequencies. It just depends on the mood, um, and I play it with the black screen at night. So I don't pay attention to the screen, because sometimes the screensaver that they use is so, like, I can't stop watching it because I'm like, ooh, that tree's so pretty. I wish I could sit in that tree. But either way, you want to use stones. Like, you want to wear these stones, right, as jewelry in any form, in your pocket, shoot, on the desk. Of course, with the crown chakra, you'd want to have something in your head. I've seen people, and I've done this before, if you have like longer hair, you could put a stone in your hair and then wrap it up. I even have like a Chinese, you can get like a Chinese the chopstick thing um with the stone on top, and use it to hold your hair in place, right? You want to use amethyst, selenite, clear quartz, and diamonds. A lot of people have diamonds. Selenite is interesting, but and you can even put these in your bath, right? But selenite is one that I wouldn't use in water, because it is water soluble and kind of uh, brittle. You want to use these oils or the scent: frankincense, lavender, myrrh, sandalwood, and rose. And you want to eat a light plant-based diet. You want to use not eat any any processed foods, no processed foods, right? You want to limit that at least, or fast if you can't. Like, if you're just surrounded by fried chicken at a gas station, you might want to fast, right? Or drink water, or eat something very, very light. Like, they have a salad, just get the salad, kind of vibe. The joy is fun, 10 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Now, this is an energy around you that what's best for you is what's best for everyone around you. Even if you feel overwhelmed, don't allow yourself to feel like you failed. And if you do fail in something, it's not the end of the world. There's no existential crisis or dread that needs to be attached to any of that. Failures are fun. It's important because you learn and you get to start fresh. Learning from failure is key. Happiness is linked to self expression, growth, and experience, and it's real and it's possible, right? And we got to understand that purpose, the process, rather, and the pursuit of happiness. It comes with a lot of stumbling, a lot of laughing at the stumbling. Look at how I fell. Did you see me do a cartwheel? You know what I mean? And that coincides with angel number 101, the starting over energy. And you have new supportive connections with Temperance and Six of Pentacles. These are people that are going to be very patient with you, and they're going to work with you. I feel people are now going to realize that they were meant to be around you all along, to help you, to aid you, to give back. You may have given to these people, and now they are seeing they're being activated to start giving to you. I feel that you'll know who these people are. They may come in, they may be in your dreams. That's interesting. That's happened to me. I cannot express. I had a dream about a person, and oh my gosh, she's a Cancer. I dreamt of her in a room, and I was getting answers from someone, but then all of a sudden they got muted and blurred, like it was a glitch in the system, like a video game. And all of a sudden there was a vase in front of me and I couldn't see around it, and it was like a game, like Roblox or something. And do you know, she called me maybe a week later. She was like, I dreamt about you in this room, and I recognized you. And then I saw this face in front of you. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I don't believe that we just dreamed of each other and had the same freaking coinciding dream. And these things do happen, I believe. I know. But I'm telling you this because Spirit's giving me a very strong vision of you dreaming of the answers, dreaming of the changes that you're going to go through, knowing that you're worth more than what the situation is, like your current situation. You know, that what you want, the ultimate objective, is like right at your fingertips. You're almost somewhere. Deserving of the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Now, if we're deserving of anything in this energy, this is about deserving, some of you, a peaceful home, moving, freedom, deserving of being curious about life again instead of weary of life. So you have to remember that in your space. I deserve to be inspired. I deserve to be free. I deserve to be mirthful, happy, laughing, right? I deserve all of these things. And if Spirit is taking people away from you, then you know that they're not in alignment with any of that at all. Okay? At all. I'm seeing skunks, which tells me that it's so important that you know your worth, that you know that you're worth better, you're worth more. Meditate. Meditation looks like a bunch of things. Meditation could look like sleep. It could look like just sitting back and daydreaming, right? And it doesn't have to be like you sitting in a lotus position and humming, right? It doesn't always look like that. But for many of you, the best thing that you can do to align your crown chakra so that you can see what you need to see, you need to stargaze. You need to do this meditation silently and alone, right? When you're by yourself and just having a moment, and use bells even too. Bells are very important, and to align the crown chakra, right? And wear that color violet, or have it around in some way, either lighting that color candle, whatever you can do, because I do see someone coming forward, and this, especially this new supportive connections energy, this is the one that I see has the access to some kind of banking or some sort of real estate or something. If you're trying to move, this is someone that's going to come into your space. They may attempt to uh, connect with you romantically, and that's where Spirit is asking you to release your ex. Like, let your ex go, right? Clear your energy. If you got to toss their stuff in a box and put it in the attic where you don't see it, to the point where you would, that by the time you remember that box is up there, you forgot who this stuff belonged to. You know what I mean? If, as if you could forget certain people anyway, but at the same time, it's like, what is this? Oh, I don't even know why I kept this napkin. What is this? Let me toss this stuff out. They want it to be where you're clearing out their space so that you're not being reminded of this person, because whoever else is coming into your space wants wants us to start over, kind of vibe. This is someone who wants balance. They're more aligned with what you're asking for. If you are, say, going through a divorce, if you are going through a breakup, this person here wants it all. Okay, and you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Libra, um, a Virgo, or a Leo. So you could be dealing with the Leo Virgo cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.